Welcome, everybody. A beautiful, if this is a typical Christmas morning, well, I like Christmas in Northwest Oklahoma. You know, no wind, around 60 degrees later today. That's Christmas, right? Ben Buckland, but it's not me, it's Rose and Ben.
Yes.
So I'm just setting the stage here. Ladies and gentlemen, working without a net. 168 years of combined fall down 7 times, get up 8, the thrill of victory, the agony of defeat. Rose, thorns and all. Here she is.
Well, yes.
Take it, Rosie.
You've got to change that. We each had a birthday, so you got the math wrong.
I do?
Yeah.
Rosie, there's a reason I was a mass comm guy. We don't do math.
Okay. I don't either, so we're in bad shape.
What did you teach when you taught?
I taught music and art. I started the school band.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a nightmare.
Well, of course it was. Of
Those
course.
clarinets in your ear and those trumpets. It was good. It was all good.
I see these guys walking down the street occasionally. I'll say to Rose, "Do you know that guy?" "Yeah, he was a student of mine."
Yes, it was good.
Where did you teach?
Burlington. All my whole career, 30 years, and it was good.
Tell me, who decided that everything in the Burlington school was going to be purple?
Well, that was after my time. I don't know.
It's beautiful.
It is?
It is. It's beautiful.
I don't know.
The new gym is shades of purple.
Oh, that's right. That new gym over there it is beautiful.
It's gorgeous. Yep.
Yes. Good community.
Yes, truly. So Rose, what's the number then? How bad did I miss it?
1 year. You need to add a year.
I do?
Yeah.
So it's 169
I'm
combined
not
years?
sure. I don't even know if that's right.
Well, what are we doing if you're correcting me and you don't know what's right?
Well, how old are you?
79.
And I'm 91. What's that make it?
I think it's a zero. Let's see. It's 169, right?
You mean he was right?
Wait a minute.
Thank you,
Let's
Kate.
go. Wait a minute. Let's go to the scholar we have on hand at the Associate SID of NWOKC, Cade Kennedy, our producer director. Sir, we need some numerical help. Please come in.
That's what I'm here for. 91 plus 79 is 170. So you were extremely close.
That's all we really want to ever do is just get close. We're okay, right?
I'd say you're fine.
Okay.
Okay, we got that all straight.
We've got the Cade, what we call the Cade kiss-off there, so we're good. We're good.
Okay.
So it's a wonderful day. We have some great guests.
Yes, we do.
And after we get done today, I'm going to go to Cherokee. And then, so you say, well, Ben, why would you be going to Cherokee?
Yeah, why are you going to Cherokee?
Because we did the KELV Holder Drug Christmas Cash giveaway and last weekend, and the winner won $200 Christmas cash and a $50 gift certificate that you see displayed here in my hand right now.
Yes.
And the winner is Jerry Smith, who is a dispatcher at Alfalfa County Sheriff's Department. So she can't just run over here and pick up her Christmas cash. So I'm going to take it to her.
Well, that'll be nice.
Yeah.
I also saw your program with all the dogs getting their picture taken with Santa Claus. That was quite interesting to watch.
Well, we might learn more about that today, Rose. We might.
All right. That would be good. We can
But
have a
now,
dog for a guest.
We have special guests, and they're probably. I started to say they're probably more special to you than me, but that's not the way. That's not right.
No.
But the reason I would say that is because your lovely daughter, the beautiful, the very dainty Katie, gave you a surprise 91st birthday party.
Yes.
At these two. Is two's a word? He doesn't know. He's a math guy. The two of these people's. Never mind.
Okay.
Go.
Okay.
Take it. Go, Rose.
Okay. We have the people from Alva Beer Company here.
That's what I meant. Those two.
And they have a fantastic. Your place of business is been a wonderful addition to Alva, Oklahoma. Let me say that, and I don't even frequent it that much, but everybody does, and we are so pleased that you chose to come here and put that in. Now, I'm going to ask you whatever possessed you to do this, and we have. Tell them your name when I pass the microphone to you.
Yeah, this is Cody Williams. And I will say, Katie doesn't frequent the establishment often either.
No, she's way out in the hills.
That might be a lie. We, we've enjoyed craft beer for a long time. Living in and around Alva since 2011, we had decided at some point that this might be a fun adventure to try. And I think, ultimately we kind of saw a decline in the amount of businesses in town and things to do. And we thought, I guess if we're going to gripe about it, we should maybe try to do something about it. And that was sort of the start. And, turned out that one of the buildings that we had an eye on for a while got to a point that some conversations were had, and it sounded like maybe that, it could be something that we could purchase. And that started that process.
It seemed like when I first heard about it and the time that you actually did it, it seemed like it was a long time. I don't.
It felt that way. It was, yeah. It took us about a year and a half from the time that we bought the building to get it open, and it was just it's like any of these buildings, especially in downtown. They're older. It took a lot of rehab. It took a lot of time to get the things that were in the building out. And then as it is, you got to add a lot of plumbing and electrical and HVAC and all those things. So it did take a long time.
Well, you incorporated a lot of the things in it is what makes it really neat.
Yeah, it was really fun. This is Carly. It was really fun to go through the building and pick out different items and machinery parts and things that we could use. Some of the fun things that we did, our lights, the pendant lights in the above the bar are air filters from a tractor. That was Cody's idea. We inherited those. Yeah. So there's use some of the parts manuals to wallpaper by the bathroom and just unique things like that.
Well, I was there for a birthday party the other night and was in the little clear in the back room. I didn't even know you had that little room. What a nice little room that is.
Now, wait a minute. I went to a Woods County thing there, and there was a big room. And then there's the restaurant and bar, but I didn't get to see a little room. There's another room, Cody?
Yeah, on the south side of the big room, south of the stage, we've got a small room we call the green room.
I saw that door.
Yeah,
okay.
So we use that for when bands come to play. They have a space which is typically called the green room. We happen to paint it green, so it was easy to name. And we also rent that space out for private parties, birthday parties. It's a good room for 20 to 30 people. It can give you some privacy. There's a TV if you want to watch a ball game. You can play your own music. Have private events back there, and just be in a family group or a friend group.
It's a very nice room. Tell me, whatever possessed you guys, you said you thought you needed to have a business like this. What has been the biggest surprise?
Biggest surprise? I don't know that it was too big of a surprise to figure out how much work it was going to be. But some weeks it does feel surprising how long we're there, or how much we're there. We joke about living there. But
Aren't
I think
you glad that you don't have a regular job that you work 40 hours a week and you can.
That'd be
you can do-
terrible.
yeah.
Yeah,
So for
who needs
120
that?
hours now, you can
Yeah.
do whatever you,
You
want.
can do whatever
after,
you
right?
want. Yeah, from that, from 9 p.m. to 5 a.m. you can do whatever you want.
Right.
Yeah, I would say that, again, not surprising, but I think any small business owner feels that you put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into it. It takes a lot of time.
Well, tell us about your pizzas.
I love talking about the pizzas. We reached out to some friends of ours, Seth Jordan, local guy. Yeah, Adam's son. Yeah, he and his wife Allison are friends of ours. We were when we lived in Tulsa for a few years, we would spend time with them. They did a lot of work there in Tulsa to help build a lot of menus for a large restaurant group. And so when we decided to go through with this, and we decided, okay, we are gonna provide food along with the beer. We reached out to them, and they helped us design those pizzas that we have, and did a fantastic job. We spent a lot of time also working on the dough. That took a good 8 or 9 months to get it the way that we wanted, and yeah, we ate a lot of pizza. We still do. So. Yeah, those pizzas are unique. We feel like they, are things that you wouldn't normally see, and that appeal to us. And we're happy to see that people like them.
Where did the big pretzel come from? That's a unique thing.
The pretzel, we've got a food purveyor that we get ingredients from, and we went down to a show in Oklahoma City, and we thought, man, when we did this, it's beer, it's pretzels, it makes a lot of sense. We're gonna do our own pretzels. And after about a month of research on how hard pretzels are to actually make, we thought we should go find a pretzel that's already made. So we went to this big food show, went right in and found these pretzels that we have now, and thought, man, that's it. I don't need another pretzel. It's so good. And that's the story. I wish it was better. I wish we, had a bunch of people in the back making them, but you've got to have a lye solution and all these things to make a true pretzel. And we make most everything else. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, tell us about your main deal, your beer. I think you make your own beer, and how many? Did you get your recipe from Grandma?
No, my grandma would probably not appreciate what I do. No, yeah, we do. I actually am the brewer. I make all the beer. Again, back to taking a lot of time. That's where I spend most of my time, is in the back making the beer, or moving the beer, or carbonating the beer, or kegging the beer, or cleaning everything all the time. We generally have 12 to 14 different styles of beer that I make on tap at any given time, with a couple of ciders that we get from a group called OKC Ciders out of Oklahoma City. And that's just because that's a product that I don't generally have a lot of experience with, and they make such a good product that it's a lot easier to get from them. So with our license in Oklahoma,
Can you? I mean, you say you have 16 different types of beer. Did you arrive at that figure with some kind of an equation, or could you have 100 if you wanted to, or could? Okay. We're going to take a quick break here. We'll be back to learn more about the Alva Beer Company and all kinds of other stuff on Rose and Ben. We'll be right back.
It's Rose and Ben on KALV.
Alva State Bank and Trust Company, older than Oklahoma, big enough to serve you and small enough to know you.
We love to give back to our customers. Did you know Alva State Bank offers a great rewards checking account program? That's right. You can earn cash back or high interest with our Kasasa accounts. We will even refund you up to $25 in ATM fees.
How do I qualify?
It's simple. Just swipe your debit card 12 times, sign up for online statements, and have one ACH credit or debit post to your account.
Can I do it online?
Yes. Just visit our website at www.alvastatebank.com to see if our Kasasa Rewards program is right for you. We make banking easy. Whether you're at home, the office, or in your car, our online or mobile banking options help you juggle busy schedules and financial needs.
We plant roots where others have branches.
Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
This is Rose and Ben on KALV.
It's Rose and Ben on the Radio Rodeo Roundup, which has absolutely nothing to do with anything except Rose. It has a lot to do with Rose, but the other stuff, we just put it in the title. I'm not sure about it. Glad to have you with us. Rose and Ben, every Thursday morning except Rosie. Next Thursday, you have picked some selections from Philharmonics, the big ones. I guess a lot of
Listen,
Philharmonics
I
are big.
approve of that wholly.
And the Mormon Tabernacle
Yes,
Choir.
it's phenomenal.
Mm-hmm. It's great. So we'll be playing.
I'm going to have to tune in and listen.
Do that, Rose.
I think
Do
our
that.
festivities will be over.
I don't think you know this, Rose, but it's 99.5 FM right here in Alva.
Yeah.
You can dial that baby right up. Yeah.
Yeah, I was watching you yesterday, too, on the Chamber of Commerce. You switched days on that yesterday.
You know we did. Yeah.
Okay.
Chamber Chats.
Yes, it was yesterday instead of Tuesday.
Yeah. We do that show every Monday, except when we don't do it on Monday. And then we do it on some other day.
Okay, I got that.
Yeah. Yeah. So, Carly, I have a question for you because I heard you answering the question of who books the acts, because you've had some fun and good people in there. The guy that you're having this week, I know of just a little bit. Don't know him at all, but know of him a little bit. I can't wait. Tell me about it.
Okay. So Colin Nash, I am pretty excited about him. He was born in a small town in Missouri, Salem, Missouri. And a lot of his musical influence have come from kind of traditional country. So Merle and George Jones have kind of heavily influenced his music. And so we have had a lot of high energy we had a variety, but this one's going to be just kind of a traditional country show, and I'm pretty excited about that. He's got kind of an older sound, but he's also co-written some songs for Tyler Halverson, which, the younger, 20s, 30, younger kids are really, they really like him right now. So he's had some success.
He does have a bit of an older sound, but he's not a very old guy
No.
from where I sit.
Yeah, no, he's pretty young. He's been touring with Drake Milligan, I think, and American Aquarium. So, yeah, I think we're pretty lucky to grab him.
And if you don't know about Salem, Missouri, I'll paint a picture of it in your mind, listeners. It's where Deliverance was filmed.
Oh, wow.
A good part of Deliverance. The river part of it is right outside of Salem, Missouri.
Okay.
Quaint little town.
Wow.
Really pretty town. So Carly, what you probably know, I don't know if you knew it going in, but what you probably know now is that booking acts is, it's a deal.
It is. I've learned a lot. I've had to Google a lot of terms that I did not know.
Right.
Just on contracts and, what are they? Yeah, what is that called? The rider. Yeah,
the
there were
rider.
all sorts of fun things to learn and discover. But each act is different, and what's been really cool is getting to know them and talking with them after the show.
Do you remember Mac Davis?
I don't know.
Okay.
Ooh.
Do you remember the Pointer Sisters?
Yes.
Okay. We did the Pointer Sisters when they were pretty new.
Oh my gosh.
The contract was 3 pages long. The writer was 17. The sisters didn't get along, so they couldn't have the same color towels.
Wow.
It was
That was the
and
deal.
the reason I mentioned Mac Davis is of all the acts that we've booked, his writer was my very favorite. Half pint black and white scotch, cup of ice.
That's awesome.
That was it. That was it. So, Carly, I got another question for you. Have you found an agent, a booking agent that you liked and can trust?
I think so. I have one that I have worked with. That's actually the one that I am for Colin. He sent me several shows. He's been great to work with. But I've had a couple that I feel like I can. So making a relationship with them.
That is so important.
Yeah.
As you know, and it's a little bit rare.
Yeah.
But really, with the new acts, it's almost a necessity that they be straight up with you, because they're going to want to book this person way on down the line. It's like when you get down the road and like we were booking like Hank Jr. and he was doing 188 dates, I think, that year. And there wasn't a lot of truth being told by, they were just trying to get him in and get him to do the show and turn on a whole bunch of money. So are you in the booking side of it, sir?
No, I try to let Carly handle that. She's a lot better at it than I am. And I will say, to Carly's point, the one person that we've dealt with quite a bit has been the most responsive. That's just such a big thing, as you said, that they'll pick up a phone and call you and say, hey, let's look at this date. Can we do this? These guys, they might need this or they might need that. And he's also just giving us pointers. He knows we're new. He knows, he's a Texas guy, and he's down in, yeah, he was Randy Rogers' tour manager, I think, for a long time.
Oh, okay.
So, Randy Rogers has gotten around and been around a while, and we've been a fan of since the early 2000s, loved him. And so, yeah, it's just an important thing, especially for some, folks like us that are just kind of learning how these things work.
Our guests this morning are the owners, the originators of the Alva Beer Co. Do you have another question,
Yes,
Rose?
I do. I would like to know, you've got this wonderful business. 2 things. What's the hardest thing about it? Keeping the people under, is there one thing that you find hard? And also, do you have anything to tell us about this business that we might not know?
Carly didn't want to take the mic.
Goes, I'm not answering that.
Yeah. I think the answer is probably the same for everyone, which is, people management. Just scheduling is hard. We've got a lot of, I think people would be surprised to know how many people it takes to operate a business like that. And that's, we love our students. We've got a lot of Northwestern students and some high school kids, and those schedules are different than most working days, so they've got we kind of have to plug people in where we can. And so those, scheduling is probably, it's just a constant. You're always, and the more people the more people that work for you, the more you'll find that, someone's getting sick or, something happens. That's been a really big surprise to me. It's just the broader your world gets in terms of other people that or work with on a daily basis, the more you see, just there's car accidents, there's people get sick, or someone's family member gets sick and they have to leave town. And, it's just, that's a constant all the time, but that's to be expected.
When we had our restaurant and bar here in Alba, I had an employee whose grandmother died 8 times. in 1 year, which I think is a record in Northwest Oklahoma.
Right? Yeah.
I think it still exists.
We may have had one of those early on that we kind of scratched our head about.
Did you?
Yeah. Because I thought this already happened,
Yeah,
but I'm not sure. Anyway, it was different. Yeah. Several. Yeah.
No, she made a comeback that time, but this time, no, it's gone. It's gone. Well, continued all the best, and we'll be checking on you. Rosie will be checking on you from time to time. And the dainty and very sweet vet, Rosie's daughter, will check on you from time to time also.
Yeah, she checks on us periodically to make sure the beers are still good and pizzas are good. And yeah, I'll just say last thing, on Friday morning we've got community coffee, so we'll be hosting that at 8 a.m. I believe bright and early for us on Friday morning, and then again Colin Nash Saturday evening, live music. Oh, and cookie class. Yeah, our very own Brooklyn Rigdon, who is one of our bar managers, is.
Did you say cooking class?
Cookie.
Oh, cookie.
Cookie decorating. So she is a great baker. She's been through a lot of schooling for that. So she is going to make a whole pile of sugar cookies, and you can come in and decorate those from 11 to 1. So full schedule the next few days.
It is at 8 o'clock
Friday morning. Community coffee.
That's tomorrow.
That is tomorrow morning. We got to be up there early for that.
Yeah,
one,
you might need a nap.
Yeah. Coffee. Yeah, coffee first.
Yeah, coffee.
Yeah, coffee first.
Be sure coffee. Yeah. Thank you for joining us. As I said, we'll be back. We'll be up to check on you. We're going to take a pause right now, and we'll be back with Amanda Schroeder right on the other side as we say goodbye to the Alva Beer Co. and bring in Amanda on Rose and Ben in the morning.
It's Rose and Ben on KALV. Let's talk about your future. Are you looking for a career change or possibly training in computers, health careers, automotive, cosmetology, digital design, electrical trades, welding, or biomedical sciences? At Northwest Technology Center, we offer these programs for adults, high school, and homeschool students from Alene Clio, Alva, Canton, Cherokee, Fairview, Freedom, Ringwood, and Winoka. Call to enroll today at 580-327-0344 in Alva or 580-227-3708 in Fairview. Northwest Technology Center is preparing students for success in education, careers, and life. This is Rose and Ben on KALV.
Rose and Ben on the radio, and our thanks to Alva Beer Co. And I think you were telling the truth, Rose, when you said, I'll be down to check on you.
Well, yes, I think so.
So our next guest is beautiful Amanda Schroeder, Dr. Jesse Schroeder's better half. I mean, boy, did he outkick his coverage. Wow.
Well, I know when you walked in, and I thought, how could you forget that gal? You didn't forget her.
No, I did not. No.
Were you at the museum at one time?
I was.
Amanda.
Okay. Now it's falling into
Rose.
place. Yes.
Amanda called me one day and said, when you lived in this building, was it haunted? Right, Amanda?
That's exactly right. Yes, that is exactly correct.
So when you were up there, you had reason to believe that the building's haunted?
Okay, so we're talking about the Cherokee Strip Museum.
Yeah, rather than why you really came here to talk about. Yeah,
we can take a detour.
Yeah, okay.
Momentarily.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
So for a time, I was the interim director of the Cherokee Strip Museum, and that was one of my favorite roles that I served on in the community. But I can assure you with 100% confidence that the museum is haunted.
It is. Now, let me ask you this. I've never asked you this, Amanda. So I firmly believe that building is haunted, but I've never been in a situation where I could absolutely prove it and there was another person there to witness it with me. Did that happen to you or no?
It absolutely did. In fact, when I was there, we had a group of ghost hunters that came out, and they brought some really fancy equipment with them that we were able to pick up some of the energies and some things on camera and some voice translations.
So now they tell me, I know one of the groups from Oklahoma City, or I know a couple of people in it, and they tell me that they or others, I'm not sure, have named, like there is a baby ghost and a mom, and then there is a World War II prisoner from out at the camp who was being treated at the
I think that's Trapper.
Trapper.
Yes, that's correct.
Oh, okay. So you know of the names too?
I am very familiar with the names.
Okay. Well, I need to learn from you.
Well, we can just go on a tour together because I can probably assure you that you would have experiences.
I had experiences, but I was always by myself. There was never a witness where I could say, see?
Well, it sounds like we have a date then.
Okay.
Do you have time to tell us your experience?
Well, I tell you what, let's save that for the end because I do have a really good story.
Oh, good. So
but
let's start again. So, Rose, this is Amanda Schroeder.
Yes.
So ask her why she's here.
Amanda, why are you here? I've been wondering.
Well, Rose, I would love to tell you. So I am here as a representative for Share Medical Center. I accepted a position back in October as the Chief Strategy, Growth, and Engagement Officer. And so I'm here to talk about all the wonderful things that we're doing at Share and some an upcoming event that we have coming up and a new provider that we have coming to town.
Oh, that sounds phenomenal.
I want to jump
You mean
in here and
doctor?
We've got a new PA that's going to be starting on January the 6th.
we do.
Oh, thank you. We certainly do need one.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Ben, were you going to ask me a question?
Yes, I was. I was told yesterday. Who told me this? Doesn't make any difference. That the helicopter is going to do Christmassy stuff.
That is correct.
It is?
So we have Survival Flight is our helicopter. And this coming Monday, the 22nd, Survival Flight is going to be bringing Santa in to Share Medical Center. So Santa will be arriving between 3:45 and 4 o'clock, and then he will be joining us in the commons area in the hospital for photographs with kids of all ages, and we'll be serving hot cocoa.
Oh, wow. Survival Flight in itself is a very interesting thing. Now, teaming up with Survival Flight, the hospital, and Santa is really fun.
It's the trifecta, right?
It is.
Yes. So I am very excited about this event and very excited to have Santa on the grounds because I have a list that I need to turn in to him. And I think that I have been a very good girl this year.
There's some, well, okay. Stick with that.
Okay.
Don't weaken. So this job, what's the title of this job?
So it's a Chief of Strategy, Growth, and Engagement.
That sounds
Fancy?
yes. Well, and it sounds tough. It sounds like it may have some difficulty to it.
It is. It's a brand new position. So when you're creating a job from the ground up, there's always going to be obstacles. But that's what I thrive on. I love a challenge and I don't back down and I always win. And so.
So you're in charge of recruiting?
Okay, ding, ding. You are correct. So physician and provider recruiting is my main focus. But then I'm also focused on internal development within the hospital and then also the marketing of the hospital. So being here on your show is a great example of just getting out and sharing more about the awesome things that we're doing and the events that we're having.
Well, you keep on recruiting because I love our hospital and we've got to have it.
Rose, thank you so much for sharing that. It has been amazing. The number of patient testimonials that we've started receiving, we've started sharing those out on our Facebook page, which I'd love for everybody to go in and like, because we, share content from, the members of our community and their experiences. But then we also are starting a mini series with our medical providers, and they're sharing some educational content as well.
It's hard to understand, and it's not necessary to understand if you're not involved in it. It's hard to even imagine the amount of money that it takes to facilitate a hospital, and the directions that the money and the services and the equipment have to come from. It's almost too complicated to be able to work.
Well, and I'd like to add a layer to that because we're classified as a critical access hospital, and there are 38-ish in the state of Oklahoma. But what sets us apart at Share Medical Center is that our hospital is run by a clinician. So it's not someone who has gone to business school or has a healthcare administration degree. It's someone who has actually been at the bedside of patients and understands what it takes to run a hospital focused on patient care. So with that, our providers and our clinicians have full support. We have cutting edge technology. Our mammogram machine is the best of the best. And so anyone out there that, is looking to get those annual mammogram exams, come to Share, because we have a technology that actually utilizes artificial intelligence that can review scans from year to year and pick up just the most microscopic changes that maybe human eyes would miss.
So, Amanda, you've been there a very short time.
Yes, but it's my second stint. I actually started at Share in the late 90s, early 2000s.
Oh, really? So
Yes.
you're familiar with the corridors and where the doors go and all of that?
Oh, absolutely. Yes. So I started out as a home health aide and worked part-time in the pharmacy. And I worked under Regina Wilson at the time. And I believe the CEO currently, Candace Allen, was in risk management then. So it's actually, I'm returning home to Share in this role.
I see. Well, that's really helpful.
It is.
Have
It
to
is
be.
helpful. And it's helpful being a local girl. So I moved to Freedom, Oklahoma in the summer of 1997. Didn't know what I was getting into. The Western fronts on all of the buildings made me think that maybe I had stepped way back in time.
Where were you from?
So I was born in Waurika, Oklahoma,
Oh.
which sits really close to the Red River, actually.
Mhm.
It's pretty far south from here. But yeah, that's where I was raised. My dad was in the military.
Oh.
And so we did travel quite a bit. I lived in Germany for 5 years. We lived in Texas and in Virginia, but came back home to Fort Sill in 1992 and have been in Oklahoma or Texas ever since.
And you and Jesse were in the TV business. Jesse was in where? Tyler, Texas? Is that where you were?
He started off in North Texas, so Denison, Sherman area. So we actually moved from Alva in 2014 for Jesse to take a on-air anchor position for KXII television in Sherman. And then we moved to Tyler, Texas, because he got a nightside anchor position, which is, the creme de la creme in the business, for KLTV and Tyler. And he did that for about 2 years. And then we started to feel the call, the pull, to come back home to Northwest Oklahoma. And so we wanted to be closer to his family. We wanted our daughter, who is our youngest, she's a senior at Freedom High School. We wanted her to be able to experience and graduate from Freedom like her dad and I did. And we wanted to be able to see the stars again and to be able to hear nature. And so we moved back in the summer of 23. And at that time, I was working for a medical debt collections company in a vice president role. and I was able to move into a remote position. So I was able to work remotely. And that is what I was doing. So I was in the healthcare sector for the last 5 years when Candace reached out to me to talk to me about this current role.
We are so, by the way, let me jump in and say our producer director, Rose, is also, Cade Kennedy, is also a graduate of Freedom High School. Yeah.
See, and it's like a reunion with the two of us here.
It is. It's a reunion. It's a reunion of sorts. It's a sweet thing to watch. We're going to pause for a commercial, and when we come back, Amanda is going to tell us the story of haunting at the at what I call Alva General Hospital. Used to be when it was my place to live. We'll be back, and then after that, we have a surprise guest. We'll go across the top of the hour and talk to her also. So we'll be right back at the on the Rose and Ben Show right after this.
You're listening to Rose and Ben on KALV.
Beatles New Beginnings Nursing Center is proud to offer comprehensive care solutions for those who matter most. From rehabilitation and palliative care to skilled nursing and long-term care, Beatles is committed to providing comfort, dignity, and peace of mind. Now, with a second location, the Beatles family continues its long-standing tradition of excellence, serving the people of Northwest Oklahoma with the same compassion and dedication they've been known for. Come by and see them at 720 North Share Boulevard in Alva. Beatles New Beginnings Nursing Center, your care, your comfort, your community.
This is Rose and Ben on KALV.
Welcome back. It's Rose and Ben on the radio. Amanda Schroeder with us this morning, and we have a plethora of questions. Rose just asked her one, so Amanda, take off.
Well, thank you so much again for having me on this morning. It's like having coffee with friends, so I appreciate it. One of the things that I wanted to talk about, going back to having a new provider coming to town. So our new provider is Bianca Reese. She just graduated from PA school, and she's a local girl. And she is going to be starting on January the 6th. She will be in our West End clinic with Steve Madrid, and she is available to start taking appointments. So we would love to show her some love and to get her schedule booked and, get her feet wet and get acclimated. So that's very exciting. I wanted to share that. And then I also wanted to talk a little bit about the services that Share offers. I really wasn't aware myself of how robust these surgical services that we offer were. We have 2 operating rooms, and we have a general surgeon, Dr. Addison Roberts. He's a dream. He can do hernia repairs, appendectomies. He does endoscopies, which are scopes that go down the throat, and colonoscopies, and he can work on gallbladders as well. And then we have Dr. Tupper. He's our orthopedic surgeon, and so he does several different procedures as partial joint procedures. He actually operated on Jesse back in October.
Ooh, what Jesse need done?
Oh, let me tell you, it was the gnarliest, largest lipoma, and it was in his hand. And it was getting to the point where he couldn't use his hand anymore. And I finally said, Jess, you're going to have to do something about this. He likes to think, play the tough guy, but, he can be kind of a wimp sometimes. But
there's another side to him.
There's another side, or 2 or 10 to him.
I see. Yeah.
He's the best person. And so funny.
He's
Ben,
good.
you've known him since he was a little boy. So, but
Me
anyway,
too.
he had a surgery with Dr. Tupper back in October. We have our anesthesiologist. His name is Brady. He's a wonderful. So he came in and consulted with Jesse, and then Dr. Tupper consulted with him before and after the procedure. And believe it or not, Dr. Tupper provided Jesse his personal cell phone number so that Jesse could contact him if he had any questions.
That's a bit unusual.
It's extremely unusual and just lets you know how important it is, one, to get the right providers in our community, providers that are interested in investing in us as people and knowing that they're treating, generations of families, grandparents, parents, children. It's a pretty special thing to practice in rural Oklahoma. So, the other thing that I wanted to talk about is just our emergency room services. So, we have a board certified physician, Dr. Cook, who oversees our ER. Our emergency room is the front door to the hospital is what I call it. And so it's often the first experience that a patient has. And it's, usually a time of great need and lots of uncertainty. And so, at Share, the providers and the nurses, they take a holistic approach. They want to make sure that they, treat and stabilize the patient immediately, but they're constantly educating on, what's going on, making sure that the family is aware. And then if the patient needs a higher level of care, then, we have ground transport, or like Ben, you were talking about that fancy helicopter that we have.
Right.
That, can get them to, the facility that's most appropriate for their needs. But speaking on that, if anybody has any last minute Christmas gifts that they need to purchase, I have to give a plug on getting those MetaFlight memberships. They're, pretty reasonably priced. We have Survival Flight, and we also have AirEvac. And sometimes you don't get a choice on which one you want to use. And so for like $100 or $120 a year for your family, everyone is covered. And our family has had to use it twice, and both times we had the insurance, and it's a wonderful thing.
You have to take whichever one shows up, don't you?
That's exactly right. Because, they're just like an air ambulance. If they're out on another call, then you have to depend on who's available. So it was actually a Christmas gift that we gave to Jesse's mom and dad. And fortunately, they had it, but unfortunately, 2 years later, they needed it.
Mm-hmm.
So it makes a wonderful gift that, if you ever were in need, you would have it.
When I was in Elk City with some radio stations on July 4th, one of my employees had a big mortar thing go off in his hand.
Oh my!
So the helicopter out there took him to Oklahoma City, and he did not have the subscription to it.
Yes.
It was a lot of money.
It is. I, in fact, was one that needed the helicopter. So in the summer of 2024, I became really sick. I was septic, and Jesse brought me to Share Medical Center, and I was able to be seen in the ER, and that's when they diagnosed me with sepsis. And I was within hours of dying. I was already in organ failure. And thankfully, we were able to utilize the helicopter services and get me to St. Anthony in Oklahoma City. It took some time for me to recover from that, but I did get that bill in the mail. And so before, it showed, it was $99,999. And then my membership was applied, and it was $0. So I cannot speak highly.
That's a little printed thing that'll get your attention.
Yes, it will. Yes, it will. Just shy of $100,000 for that 30-minute flight. But it was a flight that saved my life and would have been worth every penny.
$100,000 for your life is,
it's
a
nothing.
bargain.
But if you could spend $100 or $120 a year and have that peace of mind and, never have to pay another dime, that's beneficial too. So
our guest this morning is Amanda Schroeder, and talking about the new services or the services that she is over and offering at Share Medical Center. Continued success.
Thank you so much, Ben. And, for anyone else out there, the main thing that I want to know is, what type of experience have you had with Share Medical Center? I don't care if it was 20 years ago or 20 days ago. I want to share my office phone number. It's 430-3308. It rings straight to my cell phone 24/7. Our goal is not to just meet your expectations, but it's to exceed expectations. So if we haven't met or exceeded your expectations, please call me. I want to know about it so we can make it right.
So a while ago when we were talking, and I said we were talking about haunting Rose's museum, and you said, okay, I do have a story.
I do have a story.
Okay.
I have a few stories, but I'm looking at the time, and I probably have time for maybe one or two of them. So, Rose, you're familiar with the player piano upstairs.
Oh, definitely.
Okay. And you're also familiar with the fact that the player piano does not work.
Yes, we've had somebody working on it, and yes, it's very temperamental.
Okay. Well, that was the experience that I had. I was working alone and doing some book work, and all of a sudden, the space fills with player piano music. And chills just go up and down my spine. And I do what they tell you not to do when you're watching the scary movies is instead of going out the door, I went in the direction of the music.
Ooh.
I went upstairs, and sure enough, that player piano that does not work, according to Rose as well, was playing.
What kind of music? Was it just gibberish, or was it actually a song?
It sounded like it was an actual song. It was very pleasant and almost, maybe circus-like. It was upbeat, but that almost added to the creepy factor, if you ask me.
But your situation is like mine in that you don't have any witnesses. There was nobody with you.
Not to that one. There wasn't. There sure wasn't. But you can walk through. There's smells. There's sounds. You see things out of the corner of your eye.
Oh, man.
And it is definitely an experience. So, I've got to give a plug to our former hospital and now Cherokee Strip Museum that, if you're looking for a good time, the exhibits are wonderful. And it is, run by a group of volunteers that are absolutely incredible. But if you keep your eye out and your ear to the ground, you may be able to have an otherworldly experience.
Thank you for joining us this morning. We're going to take a couple of minutes out for news, and we'll be back with wait. We'll be back on the other side with a surprise guest, but Associate SID Cade Kennedy has saved us once again. This show, you actually gain wisdom. And Kay just reminded me. So we go back to beautiful Rose now for her tip to live by. 91 years she's accumulated this information. Get ready. You're probably going to want to write this down. Ladies and gentlemen, here's Rose.
Well, this is kind of you have to think about this saying.
Oh, dear.
It's called, it's Father Time is undefeated. I'm going to leave that with you to think about it. Father Time is undefeated.
You got anything on that, Cage? Father Time is undefeated.
Think about that this week.
Okay.
Okay.
Right, Father.
And see if you can give me an answer.
Okay. Rose, you might, when you're doing your resolutions for 26, you might work on these
get a little better caliber.
A little
I'll
bit
do that
in 26.
We've had a really great show today, and
we're
still
you,
more
Amanda,
to go.
So much. So Rose goes down to the beer company to check on them. So maybe I'll come out to the hospital to check on you guys.
Yeah, we'd love to have you out there anytime. And if you come in, then I'll fix you a cup of coffee, or maybe I can take you to lunch. And And I'd love to come back. So please have me back sometime.
Yes, I think you need to come back.
I don't think we can have you back though until 2026. I don't think we can do it. We're full in 25. You know what I mean?
I can imagine. I mean, this is the place to be.
Yeah, right. Mandy, you're so great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Please tell Dr. Schroeder that I said hello.
Well, I think he's listening now, so you can tell him yourself.
Oh man, we have stories. Actually, I have pictures, Amanda. Yeah.
Those are what we call receipts.
Yeah.
You've got receipts, proof.
Right. Dr. Schroeder and I have been some roads, I promise you. And I hope there's many, many more. It's a wonderful place to live, work, worship, raise kids. Northwest Oklahoma is a gem.
Yes, it is. I couldn't agree more, Ben.
Glad you're back in God's country. We're going to catch the news. We'll be back on the other side with a surprise guest that has gone to the dogs. It's happened, and you've just got to stay around to understand what it is we're talking about and how beautiful it is. It's Rose and Ben on the Radio Rodeo Roundup that has nothing to do with rodeo. We'll be back. Everybody, and welcome back. You may have blown into northwest Oklahoma today, wind from the north, but still a pretty sunshiny day. Excuse me. Our guest is Laura Radford. We did a promotion last Saturday that was just about as much fun as I've had in a while. So we've asked Laura to come in. Rosie, you know Laura.
Well, I know. Yes, she's trained some of the dogs that have been in our family. Yes. And yes, we go way back. I knew I was a friend of her grandma's.
Yes. Really?
Yes.
Of her grandma.
Yes.
We went to school together.
Now I know Sharon, but that's mom, right? So who's grandma, Rosie?
Jeanette Schaefer was her name, and then she married Larry Hellman.
Larry Hellman's okay. I'm back with you now.
And then she married Bernie Hackney.
If there is a cowboy saint, it's probably Bernie Hackney.
Well, I want to tell you a quick story. He was in the nursing home, for a little while, and I went out there one day and I said, "Bernie, it's getting to be hotter than HELL," and he said, "Yeah, I'm probably fixing to find out."
When we were living, Dennis Brown and Gary Beersmith, may God rest his soul, and I were living in your museum.
Yes.
And if people don't know why that was, it was when they built the new hospital. The old hospital was sitting empty, and Robert R. Brown, a renowned builder here in Alva, bought the hospital because he wanted the heating and air conditioning out of it, the old one.
Yes.
So it was sitting there, and it took on some vandalism.
Mm-hmm.
So Chip Myers and I had the stadium, the college restaurant, which is up by the four-way stop, and so all of our help in our restaurant and bar were part-time. I was thinking of that when the Alva Beer Company people were here today. They were talking about having part-time people. I remember looking at our payroll. I don't know why I remember this. I can't find my pickup in the parking lot of Walmart sometimes, but I remember this from like 1971. We had 38 part-time helpers to run that restaurant and bar.
Oh my goodness!
In a particular week. So both Gary and Dennis were bartenders for me and Chip at the restaurant, and we lived in the hospital.
Okay.
So,
got that.
So that's where my association from the hospital comes from. So
And that's where you met up with the ghosts.
that's where we met up with the ghosts. Dennis lived in the surgical suite because it had beautiful picture windows
Yes.
and looking out a nice view. And the surgical suite is built with a drain. The two main rooms are built with drains in the middle of the floor where after surgeries they would
Yes.
hose it down and wash the blood. Well, the blood, the floor was marble, so it wasn't actually stained, but Dennis would come to his room, turn the lights on, and there would be blood stains that were running toward the drain.
You need to have Elaine Grable on.
We need to have what?
Elaine Grable.
Wait, give her the mic. Who?
You need to have Elaine Grable come on and talk about the museum.
Who is Elaine Grable?
We've had her already.
Oh, wait a minute. Our Elaine. I didn't know that was her last name. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I was up there last week and was talking to her. Very interesting stories.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There is no doubt that the building
There's
is
a
haunted.
ton of good
Absolutely
stories,
no doubt.
a lot of them, and it'll take a long time to get them all out.
So last Saturday, we went to Laura Radford is here with us. We went to her building, her Salt Fork Design, right? And we did this promotion. So you dreamed it up and stuff. So describe it for us.
So years ago, I did one for Ben with little kids, but Santa wasn't involved at that time. But this year, we decided we wanted to do pets.
Oh, we did a beautiful baby contest,
Yes,
and you
we did.
photographed
Yeah.
the babies. And we
Long
put 'em-
time ago.
Long time ago, up on the. Well, it couldn't have been too long ago because this we put them on the digital sign
Yes.
up here, and it's
It was the first year, whenever that was.
10 years ago.
Okay.
It was 10 years ago.
So we did that one, and then we decided to revisit that kind of theme this year, and we did it with pets. And our Santa Claus, I don't know if everyone's aware, but Santa Claus is a pretty handy dog trainer. And so we needed him in there with his expertise to handle these dogs. And
he came with a beautiful woman.
Yes, Mrs. Claus came with him, and she just loves dogs. And so we had a big time, and Ben got to watch us work through some dogs that were a little bit anxious or a little bit more difficult, and just a little bit of time and coaxing, and we got good pictures of everything.
It was amazing to me, Rose, because they had appointments. People had appointments, so they were going to come in at 10 after, and then within 10 minutes we're going to take, or Laura's going to take beautiful pictures with these dogs. Well, they'd come in. The dogs are excited.
Yes.
The kids with the families with the dogs are excited. It's an exciting thing, and they would go from, oh my gosh, this is never going to work in my mind, to a beautiful picture. In less than 10 minutes.
I watched, and I don't know. I had a couple of dogs. The next thing I know, they were sitting up and just being nice. Yes. I don't know whether he threatened them or what.
Well, you know, when like the mini Aussie that came in, he wasn't going to. She, Annabelle, the Aussie, was not going to have anything to do with Santa.
No.
And Santa won her over in 3 minutes.
Yes.
With nothing but kindness.
And we're going to talk about our Santa really quick. So Santa does some dog training on the side.
Oh.
And you have to have someone who really understands and can read a dog. And he was very good at that on Saturday.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, and different dogs.
Yes.
I mean, give me 4 or 5 breeds that we had.
So you had dogs coming in that were overly excited, and he had to read those dogs and bring that level of excitement down where it was controllable so we could set them up in those pictures. He had dogs that came in that were anxious and a little bit scared, and he would give them time to warm up to him. He would talk softly. He would keep his energy down and calm for them. He had dogs that maybe thought that they maybe wanted to possibly would bite him.
Maybe.
And he worked through all those, and he had won over every dog by the end of their 10-minute session.
Mm-hmm. And there was one of the dogs. Several of the dogs were good sized dogs. What's the breed that were those hunting dogs?
Okay, so we had 3 wire-haired pointing Griffons came in, and they were a handful when they came in, and it didn't take very long. Which they're all bird dogs, they're hunting dogs, so they have some training. But it took just a few minutes, and he had all of them just sitting calmly and ready for pictures.
Yep.
Where'd the wagon load of little puppies come from?
Those are Kelly Lancaster's toy Aussies, and they were so cute.
Those are toy Aussies?
Those are toy Aussies.
That's different than a mini Aussie?
Yeah. Did you see how little the parents were?
You know, now that I think about it, those parents were little bitty, yeah.
I don't know how you ever got them to stay in that wagon.
Are those toy Aussies as smart as other Aussies?
I think so.
Are they?
I've had the parents to that litter of puppies both in my class.
Really?
Yep.
Tell our listeners about your classes.
So Northwest Votech, I taught there years and years ago when my boys were little, and then I kind of got busy with all their activities and I didn't anymore. And then I taught one on my own, and they found out I was teaching again, and so they contacted me and said, we would like for you to come teach through the tech center again. And so about 3 or 4 times a year, we offer different classes, and first thing we work on is not to pull when you're on lead, because most people's issue with their dog is their dog wants to pull when they're leading them. So that's the first thing we work on. But we meet an hour a week for 6 weeks and just build on what they know. And Rosie drives by in her golf cart and sees us sometimes.
Yes, I do. I want to stop, but I don't want to distract them.
That's right across the street from you, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
She'll drive by there and just park sometimes and watch.
So
it's interesting.
Is it always a certain day and a certain time, or do you adjust it every year?
It's always Mondays at 7:00 within whatever dates we decide on.
I see. So you'll do it again in 2026 sometime?
Yeah, I can. We're gonna start.
It must be rewarding to see the change. I'm sure not every dog responds, but a lot of them do.
I will tell you this: it's less about the dogs and more about the handlers. Okay. I think we start again January 12th at 7:00.
January 12th at 7:00, and it's every Monday then for how many Mondays?
For 6, and we meet for an hour. But a lot of times, if they have questions, we stay until everyone's question has been answered.
Okay. And so Rosie said probably some of them don't it
They
doesn't take, but
You know,
most of them,
they
most
try
of them
to train them to sit, and the owner goes away, and you know that's quite something to bring a raw dog in there, and then they sit for how long do you want them to sit?
At least a minute in basic.
She's saying at least a minute. Is that right?
Yeah, in the basic class. Now, when we move on to intermediate, we're starting to ask for them to stay for 5 minutes on a bed, and their handlers will go out of sight, and so they're doing a blind stay.
And that works?
Yeah.
Wow.
The people who go home and work, you can definitely tell because they're making big improvements every week. I mean, and if you're not, Kevin and I know who you are, just in case anyone was wondering.
Yeah, okay. So we took pictures of, was it 19?
Yes.
19 different dogs or groups of dogs.
Yep.
And so you and your mom are working on editing those, right?
Yes. And so I've got all but 3 finished, and I am not a Photoshop wizard, and I've got 3 that are giving me fits, and I'm hoping to have those finished today so that we can get them on social media and on the billboard.
So you'll put them on what, your Facebook page?
Yes.
Okay. And then I'll put them up on the digital billboard.
Yes.
And we're going to have a winner. And how will the winner be picked?
So I'm going to create a post, and I will tag like several people in it that were there and the owners probably of the dogs. And then you'll have to go to that original post, and you go down through there and you just give a thumbs up or a like to whichever dog is your favorite. And whatever we decide will be the end of the contest, we'll just go in there and see which dog has the most likes. Hopefully they're going to share it with their friends and family, and we'll get lots of exposure.
Okay. So they'll be up on the digital board and on your Facebook for a while.
Yeah.
Okay. That sounds good. Sounds good. Okay, Laura, thank you very much for coming. So Laura, I called you the other day to ask you a question, and you were coaxing a bird dog.
Yes.
So do you train what?
Kevin has gotten into German short hairs, and so I was just walking one of them, and I happened to be, she'd gotten out of sight, and she was looking for me. So when we were talking, I could see her searching, and finally she saw me. So
Kevin is Mr. Laura Radford?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. And so you raised...
He's really the dog trainer, isn't he? Or are you the main one?
He trains cow dogs, and then he and I kind of tag team the obedience part.
And what about bird dogs? I mean, are you training bird dogs?
Well, Kevin has all of a sudden decided we have plenty of birds and it's time to get into bird dogs. And so here we go. He's always been in border collies.
So what are the bird dogs going to be? What?
Quail dogs.
Okay. Okay. But they're yours.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Rose, you got it figured?
Yeah, well, didn't I hear you say the other day that you'll take the dog sometime and keep it and train it?
Yeah, no, that's Garrett, a.k.a. Santa Claus.
Oh, no, that's just Garrett.
And he does a board and train.
Does he have a facility, or does he keep him in his house?
He has a facility. It's out at my house, actually, and he can take 2 a month, and he's got 2 right now. He's got a border collie and a mini Aussie.
And he can take 2 a month.
Mm-hmm.
And he keeps the dog for 30 days.
Yes.
So do you get visitation rights?
Well, we try to not, because we don't want them to go back into any bad habits when their owners show up. And he takes some time on the day they come pick them up, and he tries to walk them through everything he's taught them in hopes that
the owners.
Yes. Hopes that they go home and apply those things. But the thing, some people think, that's a magic pill and we're going to go home and it's going to be fixed, but it's something they have to continue with.
And I don't know about other people's dogs, but my dogs try me out to see if I'm paying attention.
Exactly. And that never ends.
It never ends.
It never ends.
It's exactly like, my oldest daughter called me the other day and said, Daddy, I miss you so much. And I said, honey, you're over 50. We're gonna have to, but they never go away.
No,
they never. And
I'm 48, and I call my mom probably 10 times a day until the point that she's so exasperated with me.
If I had your mom, I'd call her 20 times a day. You got the coolest mom. You have the coolest mom.
She went to Vegas to the NFR when we did our thing, and there were people asking me, is your mom going to be there? And I'm like, no. And they go, can you do this by yourself? And I'm like, I think so.
At our dog thing?
Yes.
Can you do this by yourself?
Yes.
Sharon, we need you. We need you. You got any reports from the finals?
No, they said they had a really good time.
Okay, that's the report.
Yep, that's the report.
Okay. Went to the national finals, had a really good time.
Yep.
Okay. And what stays in Vegas?
Yes.
And
What
so
happens
on.
in Vegas stays in Vegas.
There you go. Okay, Laura Radford. We'll be loading up my digital billboard on the parking lot of McClure's, I don't know, in a couple of days,
Yes.
I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Heidi is standing by, but Heidi is very much a Monday to Friday gal. So we're going to have to get our graphic expert Heidi loaded up and get the pictures up on the board, and then they'll be on Laura's Facebook page, right?
Yep.
Okay. Well, that was a fun thing. I think we ought to make an annual event
we
out
vote
of that.
for them. We talked about liking the pictures. You got to go in there and like the pictures.
Hitting like on the picture?
Yep.
On your
On my original post. Yeah.
Okay. You got any more questions for Laura Rose?
Well, I just want to make sure that people know that you're wanting them to vote for them. Not everybody, I kind of missed that at first too. And it's important that they go through, okay, so what if they're driving by on the billboard? They have to go to your...
They can only hit the like. They can't hit the like on my billboard.
Yeah.
They got to go to the Facebook page.
Yeah.
Okay.
But they
they
can
need to go
see-
to... And what should they type in for the Facebook page?
I think I'm going to put it on my photography page, so it'll just be Laura Radford Photography and Fine Art.
Laura Radford Photography and Fine Arts, probably
Just on Facebook.
on Facebook?
Yep.
Okay.
And that will tell them where they'll see the pictures and should probably like the one they like the best.
Yes.
Because you are asking for the public to do that. Okay.
Laura, thank you very much for coming and joining us. Rose and Ben has been exciting today and all over
Been phenomenal.
the place.
It
all over
is.
the place.
It's been great.
So, our producer director, associate SID of NWOSU, Cade Kennedy, is also the voice of Northwestern, which is what, out of school right now?
Right now, yes. Finals were last week, and it's wait until January when all the kids get back. But we've still got basketball tonight at 5:30 and 7:30 at Percival Fieldhouse. Lady Rangers, number 19 in the country, taking on Southern Nazarene at 5:30. Should be a fun time there. Big challenge on the men's side. The Southern Nazarene men are number 3 in the country. That is their highest ranking ever since Southern Nazarene moved to the NCAA. So it'll be a bit of an uphill battle for the Northwestern men, but they got their first conference win a few days ago. We'll see if they can keep the momentum up.
And you say first, this is early in the season, so it's not like they've gone and finally got one, but they got one.
They did. I mean, they've only played 4 conference games so far. This is their first one they had at home was their first conference win. So we'll see if they can keep the momentum going.
And I'll be in Winoka. The Rails take on Kremlin Hillsdale tonight. Girls at 6:30, boys to follow. See you there for Rosie. Thank you, Rosie.
Oh, yes.
Rosie, don't show up next Thursday. It's Christmas.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm glad you told me. As dedicated as I am, I would have been here.
Oh, you'd have been here. Yeah, you'd have been here.
Okay.
Yep.
But I do know I may go to the free dinner at 8:18. You did know they were having a free dinner.
At the 818 Diner.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
I saw it on the rear end of the pig.
Oh, okay.
There's a sign on the
okay.
on the glowing
Well, that's a
pig.
very nice gesture, and
Oh, it's wonderful.
it's a fantastic thing that they're doing.
What a great family. What a
Yes.
great family. The Parsons family. Don
Truly
Terry
so.
and the two boys, Max and Joe. What a great
That's
group.
great.
Thanks for joining us. Merry Christmas, everybody. Have a wonderful, wonderful rest of day. And we now return you to what we laughingly refer to as regular programming.